You say my name.
Thank you so much. It was converting. So the time to actually send you the link in you, it was like it was frozen. So I was like, okay, we'll release that to the universe when it's time. It will finish, and then we'll get on. So thank you for the patience.
No, thank you.
Yeah. So you were saying, actually, I actually noted some very powerful gems that you've given earlier in the first part, that being the
Mhm.
sex. That, for example, never lose. You said something. Just fight the fight without losing yourself in the war. That is
Okay.
beautiful. And
Mhm.
I was like, wow, 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 wow. It's amazing. It's amazing.
The
But
moment you lose yourself,
yeah,
and we're talking about the art of war,
exactly.
we're talking about the artistic side
Exactly.
of war.
Exactly.
And art is something beautiful. And in the
Exactly.
moment that if I'm singing, if I'm dancing, if I'm distracted by something outside of myself,
Yeah,
I lose the vibe. If you're
exactly.
writing, if you're writing and something distracts you, it takes you out of that moment.
Out of
The
that
art
focus.
out of that focus.
Yeah,
And the focus should always be on the self, regardless of the distractions.
exactly.
Yeah.
Ex-
So every day we become that. And so I'm very selfish with my me time because I need to focus on my art of war.
Thank
This is,
you.
yes, this is how I'm fighting the war within myself
Yeah.
to ascertain or to gain peace.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It goes with the just shall live by faith.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like what you're saying, it kind of, like you already won the war, but you have to realize that you've won the war. So um, that's why we actually have to fight,
Mm-hmm.
to confirm our victory. It's as if, like, it's as if you already know that. Yeah, I'll give like a very basic example. You know that you'll have like 20 million at the end of the year,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of whatever happens.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then because you know that,
Mm-hmm.
your attitude also changes to the certain point, because you have that confidence that you actually generate maybe the double of that before the time of your first 20 million came. You know,
We are wealth.
well.
People try the real wealth.
Yes,
We are not. This is something that was made. Matter of fact, money is art.
exactly. It's an art.
It's an art. So we are what we attract. So I know big dollars is coming my way.
Yeah,
I know. I know it. And big money, the art of money. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Is coming my way in a
Amen.
massive
Amen.
way.
I mean to that.
Yes, it's coming my way in a massive way. But I first had to know the wealth of myself. I get small little signs of okay, that's coming. That happened.
Yeah,
But as you, like you said, when you start, when you're in that war and then you like, ooh, I'm still shining in this war. Everybody battling and everything going on, and I'm still shining. It's
yeah,
coming more. It is going to come more.
exactly.
Even the wealth of the other wealths that surround you. You start surrounding yourself with wealthy people, meaning people that know their wealth, whether they have the dollar wealth or not.
Thank you so much. That is deep. That is deep. That is deep. You know, because I always like to connect our wisdom to, let's say, the scriptural wisdom that is
Mm-hmm.
coming to the three monotheistic books, whether it's the Torah, the Bible, or the Quran,
Mm-hmm.
to at least give those three, because there are other massive diversified wisdom pillars in the world too. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm mostly mentioning the monotheistic ones, because regardless of what how we might feel about them,
Mm-hmm.
these were the foundation of the jurisprudence of our world, basically. Like
Right.
the law, the legislative constructs come from the holy books.
Yeah.
Then goes after, maybe that's another debate, but then goes a bit more astray, because now they don't operate from that space of sacredness,
Mm-hmm.
but a space of pure rationality, effectiveness, and sometimes a bit of rubbish, like with the new laws we're seeing. They have nothing to do with, the inalienable rights of the human person, for example. Like the
See,
new
because
laws.
they made it their own type of sacredness. Like
Thank you
sacred,
very much.
that doesn't have to be what people think is just all peace. It is for a gain. It's to control, and that is a different type of sacredness. The other type of sacredness is to free will. You
Yeah.
know, and some of these, religious organizations, people that control it, don't want you to have free will. They want to control your will.
Yes, but why is that? Why is that?
I feel that it's a balance, like as above, so below. It's a balance. It's a part of life. These things are supposed to happen. You're supposed to have darkness and light. We're supposed to, and you have to be, in your Star Wars. You know what I mean? You have to
Exactly.
understand. Yes, you have to. It's for you. Whatever you go through, it is for you. It is destined for you. That is a part of the free will. When you come to a crossroads, what
Yeah.
road are you going to take? I don't look at anyone as you're evil, you're bad. This is just a part of your journey. It might not be a part of mine. I'm not looking at people that's too good be to hurt the most.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
So we have to find, to me, is a balance between all. Like you have to find where you are not going to take and what you're not going to take and fight against it. That's when your war for your peace comes.
Mhm,
Where those people that are in these places and they're using it control, they got systems and rules and letters and documents to back up what they want to regard as their
mhm. To
peace.
manifest.
Right. It's the
Exactly.
opposite ends of the
So,
balance. Yeah.
but what? So, but I mean, it's a very delicate topic,
Uh-huh.
but it's in the how I would say the zeitgeist of the time, the spirit of the time. The as the Lord Christ used to say, yes, the spirit of the times. Like a lot of people are saying that the higher elites are now becoming more and more weakened, as
Uh-huh.
most people on earth are awakening to the truth and are using more the critical mind and judgment to inquire into things. So, do you believe that there will be a shift of the powerhouses of the future compared to our world, or that is a bit kind of utopic, according to you?
I believe that their time is up right now.
The times are
I
good.
I I believe that wicked time is always been up, but it'll always exist at the same time. If we just have all good people in the world, what is that gonna do? It's not. That's to me, it is type of utopian thinking
Yeah.
where you think that. that lower vibrations don't exist, then how did you get to be high if you weren't never at a lower vibration?
Yes, thank you.
So I feel that that time of rulership is up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's time for
So,
those the
so,
balanced
Lady,
minds.
Lady
Mm,
Fatima, I don't want to interrupt you.
you're fine.
But do you think that
Hmm.
the righteous are on the rise? It like a more righteous system of governance is on the rise. That
Absolutely not.
you don't think so?
I don't. I don't think it is because the ones that are righteous have been seen. This is, a part of the social media experiment
Yeah,
to have you see all of the people that stand up are in jail, are dead. Um, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King,
okay, yeah,
Huey P. Newton. We didn't even go back there. These current people that's being killed by the police for just being human or just having social media outlets where they're speaking up about the truth. And then next thing they're in a jail cell, they're dead. So these are the things that we're seeing. And so the righteous people, so-called righteous people, have we seen even what Malachi Z. York. I don't know
yeah,
what all of these things like um we seen. I don't know what his case is, but I've seen Bill Cosby.
yeah,
Um,
drowning the mob.
yes, when Bill Cosby was one of the TV shows I possibly could watch, because but people do have their inner demons, their inner things that are going on, and I don't know about his case or what he has done. Michael Jackson, you
Michael
know what I'm
Jackson. That
saying?
was defamation at its best.
Right. So this is a thing that I was talking about earlier with myself. I know I'm a righteous person, but some things that I may have done in life, people could look at as that was evil. You know what I mean? Or
Of
from
course.
their perspective. So, you know, um,
But we all
but
make mistakes. As you
we
say,
all make mistakes.
we all
Yes,
fall from the
absolutely.
grace, you know?
Absolutely. But
That's
that's
what
how you
makes us
learn to get
human.
up.
That's what makes
Yes.
us human. Yeah.
That's it. But what I'm saying is we've been over sensationalized with all of these people on social media or what we're watching the YouTube videos and passing the news. And we've seen the fall of the righteous. So a lot of the so-called righteous have taken another seat. See, we always talked about that 144,000, right?
Yeah.
So the 144,000 is a small number.
It's a very small number.
But it also, you put the 144 together, it equals 9. So I also know that that 9 represents the woman. So it's time
Feminine.
for the feminine. So
Mm.
it's time for the woman, the womb of man. That's how every man got on this planet, from a woman.
Yeah. She's the
The,
vessel.
she's the best. It's time for the woman to stand up and lead. Because even in religious texts, we read about a he, God, he, that. If
Yeah.
we created an image and likeness of God, where is she? Where is she? So
Well, he
this
is she too.
she is she. But that is not taught. So even in the normal conversation when people are talking about the most high God, they revert it to he. This
Well,
is it's
but
causing an
Lady
imbalance.
Fatima, you
Yeah.
know, I don't like permit me because they say Father God,
Yes.
Mother Earth.
Mother Earth.
Exactly. So the God, the masculine is in the like the most high, as you were saying. It's in the sky, and Mother Nature, who is nurturing, is the earth and is here with us.
But she's here with us, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But every father that I know of
Mm.
has a mother. Fathers do not exist without mothers.
No, they do not exist without mothers.
And so that's what I'm saying. the ultimate, even the universe in itself. If we look up the etymology of the word universe,
Mm.
it's masculine and feminine together.
Yeah.
What would be the masculine uni one, right? The masculine and feminine together will be the body, the house that creates that togetherness. That
Of
would be
course.
feminine. And it's not putting down masculine at all.
Well,
You know what I
the
mean?
the
But
complementary forces.
it complementary forces. So
Yeah.
we've learned about the masculine force for forever, but we rarely talk about the feminine force. So that feminine energy
Mm.
need is time for that energy to arise and get us back to nurturing so we can have a more peaceful state. Let me tell you something how powerful women is to me. And
Women are the mothers of life, so that's high power.
absolutely, but the house, a household
Yeah, she's the
is
keeper of
operated
the
on the
household.
energy of a woman.
Yeah,
If she's out of sync, the whole house out of sync.
exactly, exactly.
So this
She's
house that we're living in, the Earth,
mm,
Mother Earth,
mm.
is out of sync. The weather different. We don't know what is this weather for now. The
Yeah,
animals are going different places. The water, uh,
everything is
couple
out of whack.
out of whack because
Yeah.
the woman is out of whack. The woman hasn't been in a nurturing spirit. She got to work. More women work than men.
Yeah, but that's what I wanted to ask you because you're so wise, and I don't
Yes.
think you go into the whole propaganda of, like the toxic debate between men and women now
Mm-hmm.
who are not getting along. Um, because some people say that the feministic agenda has completely brainwashed our beloved lady, so now they want to be the man, and they want the man to be the woman, and all that kind of gibberish. But of course, there is that agenda in the air. But
Mm-hmm.
let's be very nuanced. What do you think about that whole revival of the nurturing mother, the goddess, the risal of the goddess? Do you think it comes from a pure-hearted uh, thing, like as you were saying, the embodiment of the feminine as the nurturing energy that balances all and actually strengthen the masculine? Because what you say is very very true. Like even like the pharaohs, we
Mm-hmm.
they had a statue where like the pharaoh in all his power, he's the all powerful on earth, like
Mm-hmm.
son of the gods, the
Mm-hmm.
ruling authority. But in certain statues, sculptures, you see
Mm-hmm.
that the woman is she has her hand around the waist of the pharaoh, his
Mm-hmm.
wife. Like
His center, his balance, where all his chakras are.
exactly.
So this is also too. I'm gonna talk about the pharaohs real quick, and then I'm gonna ask you a question. Like the pharaohs, if you look at the pictures of the pharaohs were dressed very feminine. Makeup, crowns that were jeweled out. They were very feminine. They did
In
even
appearance.
in appearance. So they embodied the feminine spirit, right?
And
Those
the
pharaohs
masculine,
were,
yeah, they
but
embrace
masculine.
they embrace the feminine side.
They embrace their feminine side,
Yeah.
which is the higher intuition. There's no such thing as male intuition until that masculine being taps into his feminine energy, which is the higher forces of life. This is why the woman embodies, it can hold the weight of a spirit in her womb. The weight of the spirit, she could give a male his seeds to have sperm in his body. She's housing all of these things
Mm.
in her body, right?
Hmm.
So, how I feel about the toxic ideologies that both men and female have about woman, and how, first of all, the
The
women.
roles, even the roles nowadays,
Mhm.
it, between men and women are completely blurred. Like, um,
There is no role. I really feel that, okay, if we go into the animal kingdom, we're gonna look at the lions. Where people
yeah,
look at
yeah,
the lionesses are really what hold everything down while the lion is chilling.
yeah, that's true. She goes to hunt and she feeds him.
And she takes care of the cubs. She does everything. Does that make the lion less a lion?
No,
No. So also the idea that I don't
but he
need no
protects the
man,
territory too as
it protects the,
compensation.
he's there protecting, he's doing his thing, but they become the hunter gatherers, the nurturers, the everything, right? They getting the money. But
Yeah,
I'm saying this as because that is what they had to become, right? We happen to be in the month of Leo, lion, right? So
exactly.
right now, we just went through that Lions Gate portal, and that's you taking whatever energy, that fire energy, through that portal with you. So a lot of these toxic behaviors is getting ready to get burnt up.
Yeah,
Because, all right, so a lot of women had to be the so-called man in the home because there are a lot of absent fathers. So this woman has to go out, cook, clean. She has to be the lioness. She's holding it down and cooking, cleaning, maybe not in the best way, maybe in the best way.
yeah.
But she's doing everything. She's holding the children down. She's going to do with the stress of life, being over sexualized because she's a woman, you know what I mean, by other men. And you got to weed through who you want to be with. Maybe you make a mistake and be with the wrong one or whatever. But there's no, I don't knock her for doing that.
Yeah.
What I do knock it now, she comes along and she's getting this and she's doing that, and you don't even come around with the ideal that I'm going to share or handle all your responsibility with peace, and not that I owe you something. You already have your crown, king.
Mm.
Why do I have to act or listen to everything you're saying? I'm my own being. I can't. I had this together before you got here. Thank you for everything you're doing. But because you are a man, that does not mean you know everything.
No, not at all.
So a lot of the times, these men, even in the cultural, spiritual world, whatever, they feel that women are supposed to be submissive to everything they say.
No, that is
No,
not possible. That
one
is
of we
not
gonna.
possible, even
It's
in a
not, and we're
conversation.
gonna go back to. I'm gonna say this from, like I said, how I was raised. And the thing was like the house belongs to the woman.
Mhm.
In Islam, that's what they teach you. The home belongs to the woman. She is over this home. You have nothing to say on how it goes.
Well, you.
I would not say all it because that's somebody else translating or whatever.
Yeah, that's
So what
true.
that means to me is like we were talking about earlier, like the house, the woman, the
Exactly.
belly, the womb. So what I would say is go real look at your mother that you came from, not just your father. Look at your mother. A lot of people have this illusion that their mothers are perfect. No, your mother probably was a narcissist.
Yes.
Your mother was probably had a misogynistic view of men, that men put in her. Your mother could possibly been alcoholic, a drunk. Your mother could have been a disillusioned person,
Yeah.
and you have the real look at who you came from and where your views of what a woman or a man or a relationship should be like.
Mm.
And then you need to go ahead and let that go and still just accept people for who they are. That's it. This whole dominant thing, like I'm a woman, I'm going to do this, I don't need no men, and all these men that are really putting like that's why I stay off of Facebook because all I see is all these posts of men telling a woman how she should be or demonizing her for having sex with other men, but these men had sex with her. Like they're not demonized.
I think you know. I think the debate, Lady Fatima, is very low because we it's very low frequency because we're always trying to play the blame game. At a certain
Right.
point, we should all take ownership of our mistakes, being the human experience. And me, I really like the friendship, man and woman. It's a beautiful friendship. But
I usually get along, me, I heard said it earlier,
yeah,
I get along with men. And I had to look at me and see why do I get my friends for forever have been men, women too, but mostly and usually women that are really masculine,
yeah,
so I had to look at that for myself.
yeah,
And a lot of you cannot be in a relationship with any type of man. I'm very free thinking.
yeah,
I'm very peaceful though. I'm very nurturing. I cook, clean, and all of that.
yeah.
Yet I I know what I like.
Exactly. But can't we envision the couple as a
Hmm.
space of um respectful uh respectful expression, like um I'm you voice out what you need to voice out because the other is your supposedly, how we say, the better half of me or whatever. You voice it out to your better half,
Hmm.
who also see you as her better half or vice versa. Your concern, and the other person, without taking things personally, say, I heard you, I don't
Hmm.
agree, but I understand, like that
I
approach.
totally am of what you're saying is I like how we use that terminology, the better half. And when I say better, I always think of something without limit. Like it could get better, it could get greater. Great, you
Exactly.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when this person, this better half of you,
Mhm.
hears you speak, and it's in a disagreement, it's not a disagreeable moment. It does not, like, you understand where I am, and this is where I am. It is no fusion. That is there is no confusion. Okay?
Mhm.
So a lot of the time I'm saying now, even with women, I'm not this is not just knocking men or women, it's just saying what my perspective is.
Mhm.
And a lot of the times, um, I'm seeing women that are not they have become masculine because of what society has pushed them to do.
Mhm.
Here in America, like it was a time where if you got assistance from the government, still you're not supposed to have a man in your house. So the government pushed the men out the houses. Maybe the man couldn't get a job as fast as she could, or
Because
housing.
the system is set up to
Yes.
break
So
men.
it's put men
Yeah. In a
in this role where they have to fight to get in, and maybe they have a woman that has children with another man, and maybe they got to go, or they got children. There's a whole lot of different system and subcategories that we have to look at
yeah,
to
recompose families.
right. So we have what we have now is new generations.
Yeah.
Like we have new different type of families. We have two men that are married that have taken children in. We have
Yeah.
two women that have become parents to children. We have different things
The
that we
LGBTQ phenomenon.
right. So we
Yeah.
can't look at this old stuff and say this is how we fix this because this is new.
Mm.
We have a new type of man. A lot of the all right, for me, I'm talking about me.
Yeah.
I was in I was married.
Yeah.
Um my husband at the time, he wanted to start his business.
Yeah.
I didn't never knock him wanting to do that. In fact, I applauded it. So I never put like you need to come home with this type of money. I knew what the bills was, so I got out there and got the bill money. I didn't never come home and say, "Oh, you sitting around, you ain't get your business together yet." Nothing. I did not. I was supportive in any ways. I know what business is. You ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad? Sometimes you take a.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know how it goes, and I know that he was trying to implement.
Yeah.
Okay, we finally get a little dollar store. We got a little dollar store. This dollar store was going, you know. But then here come other women. After
Yeah.
I supported you all this time, I didn't make you feel bad. The house was clean, food was cooked, children good.
Yeah.
But here come these other women. They've seen your success. And because you never had that type of attention, you fell a victim to it. Now, what do I do? Is this my better half or this is a half that I don't want?
Yes, I get what you mean.
So at this time, it wasn't knocking him, it was in bettering me.
Yeah.
So let me move on and you could do that part of life that you wanted. I'm not mad at anything that I've done for you. This was done out of my heart because this is the relationship that I was in.
Yeah.
I never knocked his manhood. I understood that was a part of life that he needed to go through.
Mm.
I just didn't want to be a part of that. I'm willing to walk away from what does not serve me.
Yeah.
Instead of complaining about it, I put love into it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why I was talking earlier about the illusion of love. And that's why all of these complaints of these relationships is because they have these illusions of love. Like we supposed to go on a romantic trip every weekend and have never have a dirty house.
Mm.
Sometimes the house get dirty and you just gotta clean it up.
Yeah.
And that's what we have to do. We have to clean up the houses of how we see love. Love
Yes.
does not have any condition to it. You give free and willingly. And when it does not longer serve you, the love should separate you and keep you together in spirit at the same time. So
Yes.
I don't have to be
Releasing
in a
love.
I don't have yes, absolutely. I don't have to be in a relationship
Mm.
with this man. At first, yeah, of course I didn't like him, but I realized I didn't like him because I love him. And I loved him in a way that I support him, but I could still go with peace and love. That was love that made me upset.
Yeah. Because the
And so
spirit of love was not being honored anymore by.
what it was his love in his own way. It wasn't just my ideology or what my heart resonated with. That is the love that he thought. He didn't see anything wrong.
Mm.
He even thought about polygamy and talked about polygamy and things like that.
Okay.
And I didn't in opposition to that, if that's, where my heart was. But I
Would
realized
you
that's
have tolerated that? In fact,
hmm?
would you have tolerated that if I, for example, he decided to take his sister for wife? Would you have tolerated that in the fact, even though you didn't react?
I didn't with tolerate. I wouldn't say that word, but I get what you're saying. I would say if that was the way that this person loved, then I chose the love. Well, I didn't choose the love. Love is not a choice. Love is free and flowing. And
Yeah.
I love this person, and this person said, "This is how I love."
Mm.
This is how they love. Who am I to bar how they love? If
Mm.
they love many people, that's how they love. That's how their heart is loving. It's not for me to rearrange it, and it's not love is not selfish
Yeah.
outside of myself. Love is selfish for me because I have to love me.
Yeah.
Now, if you choose to love someone else, you love many others anyway. You might love your child, your mother. That's levels of love. and I would accept it because I don't feel that love is obsession or possession. It
Yeah.
just is. It's just free and flowing. It
From
doesn't have me to, I'm not comparing myself to someone else you want to be with or you're with.
yeah,
And that doesn't, that doesn't bother me how someone love, if that makes sense.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes great sense. And I thank you so much, Lady Fatima. Again, the thing I don't know, I think now they have like sectioned the meeting times to 35 minutes. It's finishing again.
Uh-huh.
Would you be willing to continue like a third part or
Yeah, we could do that. I am free right now.
okay,
And then they
perfect.
give me a minute to go get some water or something. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. So let's do that. It will convert, and I'll send you back the link, and we'll continue the third part.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you.